Well, they get 80% of their news from TikTok, and TikTok is a bot farm, fundamentally.
This also from Charlie Kirk. Listen to this. Gen Z men who voted for Trump say their top two issues are having children and financial independence. Gen Z women who voted for Kamala say career and having money are most important. They ranked having children 12th. Total shocker that so many liberal women are depressed. And look at those numbers right there. So if you just dive in a little bit deeper, men who voted for Trump, okay, Gen Z, so these are young men who likely don't have children yet, but what's their number one priority? It's to be a father, it's to raise a family, et cetera, 34%. We're diving a little closer. Financial independence, that's also pretty good. A fulfilling job and career, that's obviously very important. Being married, that might want to connect that to number one, but okay, that's pretty good. Having money, owning a home, these are all important things, right? And it's interesting, they say having emotional stability is on the bottom. I wonder what Jordan Peterson would say about that, but that's pretty solid, using talents and resources to help others. But now the women who voted for Harris, and this really seems to be the divide in the country. Young women who have been sold the lies of feminism, they think the number one thing is to have a fulfilling job or career, and you can see where only 6% of them, it's at the bottom, they say is having children, and right above that is being married. So they are way more concerned with having a career and have the money to do things they want and all of those things. Ironically, having emotional stability is the third, and they're the least emotionally stable people that we know of. And this is all because of the lies they were sold. So when we see these hysterical lunatics, when we see the gender queers for Hamas and all of these things, it's because they have been brainwashed. And thankfully, something interesting is happening in the country. There is something fundamental to being a human. When things they go wackadoodle out there, something about humanity brings things back to the center. So if the boomer generation held on too long and ultimately sort of failed us in some sense, and then the Gen X thing, which is me, so this is the people in their 40s into like late 50s, if we didn't grab on as much as we should have, I think we're sort of doing it now, but if we didn't, and we failed to some extent because we grew up in a time when things were so freaking good that we didn't even realize it. Let's even go with that, if that is an argument to be made. Well, then suddenly the young people of today who've grown up in the chaos of all of that, they're suddenly realizing what is real and what is important. Here's Jordan Peterson talking to James Lindsay a couple months ago, talking about the liberal version of this, why so many of these women have gone so crazy and the results of believing in this progressive ideology.
Women 18 to 34 have political opinions that are way off center compared to everyone else. Plus, they're dreadfully miserable. Well, they get 80% of their news from TikTok, and TikTok is a bot farm, fundamentally.
Yeah.
And the algorithms are designed to produce exactly the kind of upsetting pathology that characterizes female voters between the ages of 18 to 34.
Well, I mean, this is why woke is so female coded. Everybody kind of wonders, what in the world is critical race theory? Why is it so female coded? It's because every bit of what we call woke on the left passed through feminism to mainstream.
Yeah.
So it was all built off of pathological women trying to figure out how to pathologize young women to join their club.
Yeah.
Guys, it's time to strut into the bedroom like your junk just got a VIP invite to the party. Blue Chew's chewable tablets are a motivational coach for your man parts, giving you harder, stronger, longer-lasting edge like your downstairs just chugged a protein shake and hit the weights. When you pop a Blue Chew tablet, your confidence will be so high that your shadow will call you Big Papa. It's not just sex. It's like your pelvis is auditioning for an action movie called The Boner Identity. Guys, this just isn't about performance. It's cementing your third legacy. Emphasis on leg. Who wrote this? Head on over to BlueChew.com to check out your options and level up your game. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew absolutely free. Just use promo code Rubin at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head on over to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast.
That's interesting stuff, right? It gets to the heart of so much of what's going on here. Why is there a certain set of hysterical people? And what is happening with young people who are handed a phone instead of proper parenting? And I see this all the time. Like, I see this as the great challenge. I have two sons, but I see the great challenge of being a parent is how are you going to manage there are many great challenges, but I would say the great challenge in like a societal sense is how are you going to manage your child's connection to the online world? And in some way, you can't blame anybody for this because no one knew how to do it. A parent, you see this all the time. You go to a restaurant, right? And you see two parents sitting there with three kids, and three kids all have the iPads. And the parent just went out to dinner because they want to enjoy a little bit of peace, maybe connect with their spouse for a moment, and they could not do it the other way. Now, you can blame you can blame the educational system, but we have all of these things coupled with an education system that was completely co-opted by the left and told people that the country is racist and that we live in a patriarchy and white people are bad and blah, blah. And then you wonder, or I guess you don't wonder, why so many things went awry.